Hey guys, this is Wolfie here. This is the second special presentation, and I'm using recording stuff from Dissidia Final Fantasy after Omnia Global in order to help me out with this particular guide. And if you guys are wondering what exactly am I talking about, it is the role that RNG and luck have in whatever we pull for any mobile game that contains the gacha element. So gacha basically is Japanese in origin, as far as I know, and it's akin to gambling. Now, RNG is actually an acronym for random number generator, and some people refer to all that, all that plays a role in what we get. And the fact that I've been seeing a lot of comments on YouTube, Facebook, varying forums, Reddit saying, oh, RNG and luck, welcome to that, or it's all that, all RNG, all luck, all gacha, all blah, 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 blah. And I, honestly, it probably my language here, but I find that full of shit. You're kind of wondering why do I feel that way? Me personally, it comes down to what you currently have in your inventory. And hopefully, this shows you that RNG and luck doesn't play as big of a role as we originally think. And then I'm going to go over into my equipment, and more specifically with Dissidia Final Fantasy after Omnia, I'm going to go over more so my equipment sets of weapons and armor. I'm going to be doing my best to go back and forth between those two items, and explain what it took for me to get certain things. And by certain things, the better weapons, because the most rare weapons here in this particular game, for example, are the EX weapons, which in the future for the global side will get EX Weapon Plus to help combat the more difficult content to come. So, we're gonna go over here, like I said, I'm gonna do my absolute best to show off the whole bit of what it took for me to get whatever. So, I'm here in this particular menu called Enhance. This has got Crystal Strength level up, Enhance, View Cell, Bind Enhance. I'm going to go into the View Cell section of this particular game. And like I said, I'm going to do my best to go back and forth between this menu right here, the weapons, as well as the armor to showcase, okay, what did it take for me to get whatever. And there's going to be examples where it didn't take me much because I was working on some stuff ahead of time. And there's going to be a few examples where I had to rely on it, the RNG and luck element. So, here is I'm going to go over a few examples where, first and foremost, it's where I was working on some stuff ahead of time, and I was actually blessed with the best. And it's right here, right now. We got two perfect examples in my personal case. Got Cyan for Final Fantasy VI, Orin for Final Fantasy X. So, I'm going to do a long press. Thank you. And we came down to this particular weapon here, the new Asami for Cyan, his 35 CP weapon. I was actually working on his 4-star base armor ahead of time. I was also working on his 15 CP weapon ahead of time. So, by the time I got to the 9th ticket for the banner this showed up on, I actually got this weapon. And then with Auron, I did not have any of his weapons ahead of time. I did, however, work on his 35 CP armor. So by the time I had it maxed out MLB, and I decided, you know what, let me try to test my do a 10+1 pull. And the 10+1 pull for this particular individual got me his EX weapon, the Shiranui. Now, there's going to be other characters here, in particular here, this is Zelda from Final Fantasy VIII. I actually was working on some of this stuff for a while, but I'm whatever. And then, it came down to tickets, and I got his 35 CP weapon, as you see here. Now, we're going to go over a couple of characters where, yes, I had some passes, but it took me a long time to get their better weapons. And the first example here is Onion Knight from Final Fantasy III. Now, I had the passive from his 4-star base armor, the passive from his 5-star base armor, as well as the passive from both of his 15 and 35 CP weapons, but it took me quite a bit of resources used to land his EX weapon, as you see. Here's a Serpent Sword. And it's like, for me, I'm kind of scratching my head at this, but again, I'm happy I have it. Because Onion Knight, I actually like him. I do use him here and there, but not really, if I were being honest. Now, another character where it took me quite a bit of resources as well as time. If I could find her, I'll point it out real quickly. Here she is. Yuna from Final Fantasy X. She was my support character for this game for a while. And I actually had the passes for her 4-star base armor, her 5-star base armor, as well as her 50 CP weapon for a long time. Sadly, though, I never got her 35 CP weapon until a while later, and a decent amount of resources used. And I know some people can say I'm disappointed, but you know what? It's life. There's other things for me to be bitchy about. Now with Ren from Final Fantasy X, she can. I'll let you guys know in on this. I already had the passive from her 50 CP weapon. I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to developing her 4-star base weapon. I did work on her 5-star base armor as well as her 4-star base armor, and I actually did get her 35 CP weapon, as you see here. So this one, some people can argue the fact, but it is what it is, as far as I'm concerned. Now, see, there's another character where I didn't do... Excuse me, folks. Where it didn't take me much. And it is none other than Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII. This is my girl. So you kind of wondering, her? She didn't take you much at all? Well, the thing is, I already have the passive for her 15 CP weapon. I also have the passive from her 4-star piece armor, and I was working a little, and I really wasn't working on her 5-star armor, but it was the second ticket that got me her 35 CP weapon, as you see here. So it's just one of those, it's like, certain things work in mysterious ways. And then with Rydia and Lena, these two are perfect examples. I was forced to really work on their gear to an extent. And then by the time I was able to MLB Lena's 50 CP weapon, but not, I think it was at level 32 where her first bow was. It was then I got her 35 CP bow here, the Hayate bow. Now with Rydia, it's pretty much the same deal. I was working on a bunch of her gear ahead of time, both her 50 CP whip as well as her 35 CP armor. And then it turned out the next day, I think it was 10 plus 1 pull, came out her 35 CP weapon, but I think it was a ticket. This is someone I don't quite remember very well when it comes to her, when I got her 35 CP weapon. So, we're gonna go over, see if there's anybody else here I could actually use it as an example, such. Give me a moment here, folks, so I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit so I figure out a good example here. So we're going to go over the armor here for Lily's sets from Final Fantasy XI. This is where... this is where I actually had to at least MLB her armor in order to get her gear. And Lily said this, like, I heard nothing but good things about her in Dissidia after Omnia Global. And I'm like, you know what? Let me try this out. See what happens. So with her, I had to MLB her armor before getting either of her weapons. And that's some people could say that could be proving. It could prove RNG and luck played a role in here, but again, not quite, because I had to MLB her armor first before getting either of her weapons. Now, another person here, if I can see if there's anybody else here. I actually found out 2 examples of where it didn't turn out in my favor. Oh, here it is. this is Kuja from Final Fantasy IX. So, I actually got both of it. I managed to get 2 copies of his 35 CP armor, and while I was going after Yuna's 35 CP weapon, I actually got a copy of both of his weapons instead. So this is kind of like where it's because of a blessing in disguise, so to speak. And that is something I'm happy about personally. So there is, let's see here, there's anybody else I really want to emphasize on. Here he is. So Ramza, this one holds my record for me using the least amount of resources to get his best weapon. And this is his 35 CP armor, so I was kind of working on this a little bit, but we're going to go over to his CP, his EX weapon. Let's see if I can find it. Here he is. With him, it's like it took me 10 tickets just to get his EX weapon. And it's like, it's one of those, it's like, wow. I was like, I knew I was working on his gear, but the fact that it took me this quickly to get his EX is really a true icing on the cake for me. As far as I'm cared for. So we're gonna go into another character where it took me a minimal amount of resources, and again I was working on the gear ahead of time. It's actually gonna be Edgar from Final Fantasy VI. I actually got both of his 15 and 35 CP weapons maxed out passes-wise ahead of time. I had the 4-star base armor of his maxed out MLB, as well as his 35 CP armor maxed out in MLB, and it took me 12 tickets to get this guy's EX. Now, it took me a single 10+1 pull to get his 15 CP alternate weapon, so I have Edgar ready to kick some ass and take names. The third person here, where I was working on the gear, and it didn't take me much to get the gear EX weapon, believe it or not, is Ishtola from Final Fantasy XIV. So I had her 4-star base armor maxed out MLB, her 5-star armor maxed out MLB, as well as both her 15 and 35 CP weapons maxed out MLB. So it took me about 26 tickets to land her EX weapon, which is now maxed out MLB thus far. And the thing is with this particular weapon, for those of you who do play Dissidia Final Fantasy after Omnia, either Global or JP, or I should say and/or, because there are people who do play both platforms, is that this weapon gives Isho the ability to revive KO allies. And it gives him a decent amount of HP upon revival. So, with that, all of that out of the way, there's going to be a few examples where RNG and luck either played in my favor or did not play in my favor. So, Jet Final Fantasy X is one of those where he actually played into my favor. Now, you're kind of wondering why that is. Is that while I was going after the set, I was getting copies of both of his 15 and 35 CP weapons. Now, I don't have his 35 CP armor just yet. Even though that's going to be something I will be going after in the near future. So it's one of those, it's like, I was going after one person, but I keep on getting somebody else. But actually, it's something that kind of worked out okay for me in the end. Now, let's see here. When it comes to RNG and luck going into my favor, you could probably say that here. See if there's somebody here. Here they are. Ash and Lightning. Ash from Final Fantasy XII is that I did a single 10+1 pull, and the single 10+1 pull gave me a copy of both of her weapons, which is, this one is the 35 CP weapon in this case, as well as her 50 CP weapon. So this is one of those where I took 10+1 pull, and RNG and luck really gave me the goods. And she is pretty freaking good right now. She gets even better later on. The same thing can be said for Lightning. Clear Lightning from the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy. This one took me a single 10+1 pull to get a copy of both Flamberge and Blazefire Saber. I will admit that I was a moron when I kept on selling off her Blazefire Saber at first, but upon finding out that you need the passive from Blazefire Saber, I actually did another poll for her on a later banner when it came back, and I actually got it then. So I got really good. I said, you know what? Let's get the passes for all her weapons so she can kick some serious ass. Now, with Ferris, this is one of those people where it's like, I actually got one weapon, but I needed the other. And when Ferris first showed up on the global in her character event, I actually got her 35 off. Like, I forgot the exact amount of pulls, but I wanted to get her 15 because when it comes to this particular character in this particular game, you actually need the passive from her 15 CP weapon because it makes the second move, which is where the 35 CP weapon is based off on. You need it to make sure to increase the effectiveness of a of cannon fire. Damn. So, with that out of the way, there are examples where RNG and luck did not play in my favor. So, the biggest example for me here is going to be Kane Highwind. And the reason, even though you see Sid on the screen, the weapon's associated to Sid, but the weapon I have it on is Kane. And the reason why that is that I was going after Kane's 35, never got it. And I can't help but scratch my head at that. Now, the second example here, I think I may have passed it up. Let's see, let's hope I did. I think I did. I hope maybe. Here it is. This is Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. The thing is, with him, I was going after this particular weapon for a while, but it kept on evading me. So, the way I got this particular weapon is through a special set of tokens that came throughout the first anniversary, and I got it that way. So, it's one of those, it's like, going after certain things, but in the end, it didn't pay it off for me that way. So I had to use a surefire way to do so. So, then we're going to go to Final Fantasy IX. This one's a special story. So, so when it came to getting, after a certain point in her event, I got a copy for 15. So, the free 10+1 pull didn't give me anything substantial. However, it took me a 5,000 gems pull to land her EX as you see here. However, what I was missing was her 35. So when it came down to Beatrix's 35, it took me, I forgot the exact number. I know it took at least a decent amount of 10+1 pulls as well as tickets to get the 35. So this is kind of where RNG was kind of toying with me a little bit. But you know what? It is what it is. And then another example here is actually Kate Sheen I managed to get enough copies of his 15, but the 35 kept on evading me, so it took me a bit of resources to eventually land his 35. So there's one other person that I'm glad I didn't use any real resources to use, but actually EX weapon for Warrior Life from the original Final Fantasy, and it took me the free 10+1 pull. No tickets used, no gems, just a free pull landed me this EX weapon. And for this one, really outdo everybody I have EX weapons for and sets of resources used. You can't get any better than this. Now, some people could say RNG and luck really favored me, but actually not. Because I was working on, I was working on his 35 CP weapon. I already had the passive for his 15 CP weapon. I do have the passive for his 4-star base armor, and I was about to get rolling on his 5-star base, his 35 CP armor. And again, this shows you I was working on some stuff for him ahead of time. Now I have somebody who is ready and raring to go. So again, so you kind of notice here in the end of all this stuff, it's like when you work on stuff like this here, as you can see, and you see how I have a bunch of armors that are like at their absolute max. If you see stuff like this, and you have other stuff there, some of the stuff here where it's all blue or gold because it's gold from silver. And you can say you are on the right path to get what you want with the minimal amount of resources used. Now again, this is not 100% accurate, but it was the most consistent from the test pulls I've done. And sometimes you have to do test pulls in order to get what you want, or to help you get what you want, if I were being more specific. And again, I hope this does help you guys, help explain things where RNG and luck does not play as big of a role. And if you work out what you currently have, you will only get better things in time. But again, it does depend on consistency, as well as how often you pull. And this is Wolfie here, and I'll catch you on the flip side.